Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, YouTube. Good to see you. Good for you to see me. Once again, if you're watching this as a replay, you can fast forward to about 16 minutes. Fast forward to about 16 more minutes, and you get there. Other than that, you're going to sit here and listen to me ramble through all the other radio stations connecting via YouTube. And if you do that, well, good for you. Put me in queue. It's not beer. It is water with vitamins in it. This is my anti-COVID-19 right here. Roger that, Justin. What else is going on here today? Looks like I need to move some cows today. Turkey season officially ended for me with no turkey. And what else here? Of course, I really don't like turkey hunting much, but that's okay. Whoops. I did get a request to do more radio shows and shooting prairie dogs. Will do. I have no problem with that. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. COVID-19 related closures. Don't care. What would they claim that to be? Turkey season opens. Oh, no, I take that back. I got 2 more days. I got 1 more day. I got 24. I got till tomorrow to get my turkey. Might do that. Let's see what else. See what else is going on. Get into the South Dakota here. I know you can. I gotta get ready to apply for some tags. Here's what I gotta get ready for. Turkey. Holy moly here. Let's see. It depends on what part of South Dakota you're in, I guess. Let's see. Prairie, May 31st. You got until the end of the month. Black Hills at the end of the month. And that's pretty much it. Only one that closes early is Custer Park. That's tomorrow as well. So there you have it. All right. Well, stations, if you're tuning in via YouTube, let me know. Make sure I'm connected up with you. I see Karen's not going to be on KOLY today. Ready to put motor in burb. 80% done already. See how easy that is? Still going to be done before I am. I started a month and a half ahead of you. Yeah. Pretty damn close to 2 months now. Representative Luke Simons. There that is. All right. I think I got my stuff set up. Test run. This is good. What else we got going on? All kinds of things were emailed to me. Vistaprint wants to send me more stuff. I don't think so. South Dakota Game Fish extends youth pheasant season. Cool. Modified the current season dates from 5 consecutive days beginning on the first Saturday of October to 9 consecutive days beginning 21 days prior to the third Saturday of October. 2020 youth season starts September 26th and will end October 4th. Very cool. This proposal brought in March by Savannah Hendricks, a junior high school student from Vivian, South Dakota. I think that would be nice. We need to get more young kids like that into doing this stuff. Need more of them. Might need to turn that off. All right. I'm going to make the early phone call here as soon as I find the number. Come on. There it is. See if I get him on the first try. Mobridge, South Dakota.
Hello.
Brent Chemnitz, good morning. Scott Bachmeyer.
Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Good. You're live on YouTube right now, so just to let you know.
No, okay.
Just a fair warning. We do this beforehand, so people see how it is. How you been, man? How's things in
the
central, north central part of the state?
Yeah, doing good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. So far, decent spring.
Good. Yeah. Is it raining up there right now?
No, we had that yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I shouldn't say rain. It misted all day, all afternoon.
Yeah.
But we did have some moisture out of it, which is nice.
Yeah, good.
You guys getting it now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Yep, we are. Yep. You guys sitting pretty good on moisture, or you need some still?
You
always need it, don't you?
You're only 3 days away from a drought in this country over here.
Right. Yeah.
But right now it feels good. It's things look nice. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Calving's going well.
Calving's going good. Just a couple predator issues this spring, but not nearly as much as last year hit me really hard. But this year, still a few, but not like last year, which is always an improvement. But
yeah,
I got what do I have? 4 left? 4 cows left.
Oh wow, good for you. You're about done.
Branding on the 29th. If you feel like you want to take a day and work your ass off, can sure do that.
I think unfortunately I have guy clients that day, so otherwise that'd be fun.
Yeah, I figured you're probably getting pretty busy about now.
Yeah, starting Monday it starts up. So.
Is that what it is? So I got you on the last chance here.
Yes, you did. Good. Yes, you did. And then it's go time. So yeah. Yep.
Well, good enough.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you did this winter, if you had any deer tags or any of that good stuff to fill.
Sure.
You know that Melissa Bachman that's on TV?
Mm-hmm.
What part of South Dakota does she live in now? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Nope.
I see all of her posts now. They're all in South Dakota. It looks like she moved there. I thought she was a Minnesota gal originally.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I tried to put some requests in to get her on the show, and that's like pulling freaking teeth, man.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, they do all their filming on the weekends. So.
Yeah. Yep. So that's out.
Yeah. That's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as fun to record it. It's more fun to go live.
Yeah.
But I know she came up here. We have I got a neighbor over here that does some guiding for deer, and I know that they're pretty close friends. So I don't know.
Is that right?
Yeah. I know she came up and archery hunted, I think, one time, but who knows?
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So any big news in Mobridge? You guys no lockdown over there? Or?
Well, they had shut restaurants and stuff like that down when it first started here, and now everything's slowly getting back to up and running again. So, yeah, restaurants are just kind of starting to open up again, and Yeah.
Did you and your wife get all dressed up in your old prom clothes and do the prom parade last night?
No, actually, we drove back from Bismarck last night. We went up to Bismarck yesterday. I had a few things I had to get, and so
Stock up on supplies, or
no? Well, we did two more rooms. We remodeled 2 more rooms, and
Nice.
so just tailing off on those things. And so I had a couple finishing things that I needed to get. So yeah.
So not all of them redone, or you?
No, not all of them.
Okay.
The west building, we've got quite a few that are not
Okay.
yet. So yeah, so little by little we're getting there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about that. Last night I had a little conversation with my mother-in-law. She was wondering how hotels and motels are what are they gonna do different with this COVID-19 stuff. So we'll touch on that a little bit too. Ease people's minds a little bit.
Yeah.
Since it has a 99.9% success rate of healing yourself with no antibiotics or anything, and people are so freaked out. Good grief.
Yeah.
But that's just my take. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. Well, I think we're in the same boat. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. What does your schedule look like? It's pretty busy again this year?
It's it's shaping up to be a really good year as far as the guide service and stuff like that. So
just curious how people were going to take this whole social distancing, because there's some people that are really freaked out about this.
There's a lot of people that are really freaked out about it. And honestly, I've touched base with just about every one of my guide clients, and I haven't had one cancellation, Scott.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's good. It's who knows? I mean, that could change, but I don't think it's gonna.
I don't think so either, unless depends on what media source they listen to.
Yeah.
They can sure freak people out in a hurry, can't they?
They definitely can. That's for sure.
Oh well.
Yep.
I think. Let's see. I've been this week. I was at 4 brandings. And I'm pretty sure I got stuck by a needle 3 or 4 times. I got pour on with ivermectin and Cydectin at one of them. And I'm pretty sure that if more people would be around that type of situation, I don't think they'd get as sick.
Yeah, you got enough antibiotics then, Huh?
Well, yeah. I don't think ticks. I don't think I'll have ticks or flies or worms this year, I guess. That's nice.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess other than that, we'll just keep having a little fun and bullshit a little bit here and do the same thing we always do.
We always do. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
2 minutes before we start up.
Okay.
So planting for the future program this week has planted 5,000 trees with North Dakota habitat projects. Awesome.
How about up in your guys' neck of the woods? Everything? Did they shut stuff down like Rame or any of those places up there? Or?
They did the same thing, bars and restaurants. And everything's back open and running right now. I came back, went to Medora, stopped at the Little Mo up there on Thursday on the way home. And the only difference in that bar is that you can't stand at the bar.
Okay.
So that was the only thing that really changed there. And other than that, it's, it really hasn't affected me. I don't really go into the bars a whole lot. I just go to town for basically essential type stuff. Yeah. And all those places still were running as normal. The only difference is you might see somebody have a mask on it or something like that.
Right.
That's about it.
And it's the same here. Yeah. I mean, our runnings here in town, I mean, it's elbow to elbow out there every day. And it has been since this whole thing started. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Grocery stores are the same way.
Yeah. All right, well, stand by. I'm going to turn you down. We'll start up
Okay.
here in 20 seconds. Stations, 20 seconds, right there on the mark. And a 15-second start and check. Morning, Waylon Turnus. How much Pendleton was consumed at those brandings? 0. And if you believe that, I have some beachfront property I'll sell you to here. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Good to have you along here this morning all across, we're in the website here on YouTube Live, but most importantly, we're on KFYR out of Bismarck, North Dakota, Bisman. KCJB, Minot, where I cut my teeth in the radio business, KLTC in Dickinson, KOLY in Mobridge, South Dakota, and the capital city in Pierre. We're on KGFX on the great stations all across North and South Dakota. I like to call it the Dakota Territory here. Looking out the window this morning, I tell you what, another great Saturday morning here in the Badlands after a little shot of rain yesterday, which is always welcomed in this country. And just like each and every Saturday, tuning into this show, you can call in and join on the conversation. 888-932-5682. That's 888-932-5682. You can remember that easy enough. 888-9-DAKOTA. If you want to type it out that way too. With your questions, comments, concerns, feel free to call in. I'd like to welcome a new sponsor to Dakota Prairie Outdoors this morning. Rockin' 7W, Justin Wohlbaum and family here. Repairing of all types of trailers, from brakes, axles, lighting, wiring, everything you need to keep your trailer rolling. Any size trailer too. Doesn't matter what type of trailer it is. Also, they build freestanding panels, bunk line panels, gates, and my favorite, the protester panel. What it is, it's a calf sorting panel here. It takes your sorting time and it cuts it into a fraction with a whole less bodies in the sort pen too. You can get them in any size and custom made here. You just installed a 24-foot one with 3 different sort gates on that one here for even faster sorting. I know a lot of brandings are going on right now, and that seems to always take the longest time. Pretty easy this way. He also does mobile welding. And not only that, he can also help you with any and all of your cattle hauling needs. Licensed and bonded too. Definitely a friend of the farmer and rancher. It's a go-to guy. Justin Wohlbaum is his name. Rockin' 7W is the company. And you can find more information and order panels at very reasonable prices. 701. It's a North Dakota number. 206-1030. That's 206-1030 is the phone number. Again, welcome to the Dakota Prairie Outdoors family, Rockin' 7W. With the rest of our sponsors, I really appreciate all of their support here. And I know today I have one of the professional of all professional fishing guys, the master caster. And all the fish go crazy when they hear his name, Mr. Brent Chemnitz. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Scott. How are you doing? Quite an intro.
You bet here. MoPro Guide Service and also the Mo-Rest Motel, Mobridge, South Dakota. Tell you what, it's always fun getting you out here because I'm catching you before you said you start your busy time here, and that starts on Monday. And looking like another busy year for guide service in Lake Oahe, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Actually, it was just like we were talking before here. It looks like everything's kind of going for us. I mean, I've talked to all my clients. All of them, know the risk of coming out with this COVID thing going on and stuff, and they're all good with coming out. So it's we got a busy schedule coming up, and hopefully it just continues to book up. So yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about so COVID-19. South Dakota is one of the states where, Governor Kristi Noem she's got some guts to her, man. I'll tell you that. She doesn't really back down from a whole lot. So by doing what she did in South Dakota and you take the Smithfield plant out, you really didn't have that many cases on there. So, I mean, that was in one building, but when you look at it, you said restaurants were closed up for a little bit and things like that. But other than that, the state pretty much ran as normal, didn't they?
Yeah. Scott, the thing is like here in Little Town Mobridge, we noticed it the first couple of weeks. I mean, everything kind of was like a ghost town. I think everybody was kind of concerned about the whole thing. But, like you said, they shut the restaurants down, shut the bars down. But other than that, everybody was up and rolling. And it seemed like, after that first initial scare of the whole thing, everybody was right back to life is normal. The restaurants figured out how to do takeout orders and just real efficient at it. And it's been good in our state. And I'm really proud to have her as our governor. She did an excellent job with this thing.
I think so too. And she made national news by doing what she did too. And everybody was
thing. I mean,
like, oh, she's doing this and that's just going to have outbreaks. And here it found out that South Dakota had less cases than all the big states that shut everything down and made quarantine permanent,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, she left it up to the towns and even the local municipalities and the powers that be in these smaller towns. And that's the way it should be. I mean, Not every town is the way New York City is, or, like you said, Sioux Falls had a bunch of cases and stuff. And maybe they should do things a little different in Sioux Falls than what they're doing in Mulbridge. But definitely.
You leave it to the local government. Absolutely that way.
Right. Kudos to our governor for sure.
Did you see it? Slope County, the county that I live here, did you see our big day of testing for COVID-19? Did you?
Yes, I read about it.
Yeah. Sitting in line, on the way in, we looked up how many people in Slope County. This, what the latest census, I think from 2015 was 700 and some odd people. And when I got in line, when we got up to the front of the line, finally, one of the National Guard ladies that came back that was doing some testings, she came back and she told the local police officer, well, we did 120 tests already. And I says, only, 500-600 more to go. She's like, oh no, we only brought 400. I'm like, did you check the census? That's kind of not a fair way of, testing it. And they had to turn a lot of people away that drove in and waited for hours upon hours. But
I suppose
it is what it is, I guess. And I talked to the two people that were tested positive in our county, and they said, besides the coughing, it really wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
And so
kind of what I've heard too.
They both recouped without anything. So how's this? Let's talk very quickly before our first break. My mother-in-law last night, we were talking about the hotels and motels, and you guys run the Mo Rest. And what are you going to do different for people? Because there are, like we explained before we got on air here, there's a lot of people that are freaked out about this. Are you going to take any different precautions when it comes to your motel rooms?
Honestly, Scott, I mean, and I'm not tooting our horn here, but our motel is one of the cleanest motels you're going to find across the country. And honestly, our housekeepers have done such a stellar job with keeping up with disinfecting everything and stuff like that. We really don't have to change a lot with our motel. Just changing chemicals a little bit on stuff, but other than that, we're pretty much going to go on with business the way we were doing it before, with a few exceptions, and we don't have a big lobby where everybody's going to gather and stuff like that. So so for us personally, I think it's going to be pretty much like back to normal once people start coming out fishing and stuff like that.
And you just renovated a couple more rooms, so people can look forward to that if they're traveling through the Mulbridge area.
Yeah, we're getting there. We got some pretty nice rooms after we got done with a lot of these remodels and stuff. And some of the nicer rooms you're going to be able to stay in. Absolutely. And
super high-speed internet for Scott, so when he comes down to go fishing, he can still do his show this way, right?
Right on. Right on.
All right, well, stand by, sir. We'll come back after the break. Brent Chemnitz, MoPro Guide Service, is my guest here today. Phone lines are open. You have questions about fishing on the open water in Lake Oahe or anything else, feel free to call in. Ask questions. 888-932-5682. 888-932-5682. You can also text them to me at 701-425-6651. We'll have more coming back your way. KFYR in Bismarck, KLTC in Dickinson, KCJB, Minot, KOLY in Mobridge, and KGFX in Pierce, South Dakota. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition continues after these messages.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust provides ag loans for all stages of growth, from seed to harvest. Our expert agribusiness lending staff specializes in loans for livestock, equipment, vehicles, and operating. With our roots in agribusiness lending, you can be assured that our lending staff will provide you with prompt and reliable service. In other words, our egg loan officers will always keep your best interests in mind. Stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Andy Murdoch with Piper's Auctioneers, inviting you to any one of these exceptional upcoming online equipment auctions featuring a tremendous line of construction equipment near Gladstone, North Dakota for the Brian Martin Estate and Heart River Excavating. Also featuring lots of guns and ammo. And also hobby farm equipment and antique toy tractors near Rolette, North Dakota. Piper's is also featuring farm retirement and estate auctions in Bismarck, Tuttle, Robinson, Belfouche, and Dagmar. For full inventory and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the upper Midwest, log on to pipers.com.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. We want amazing innovations to drive progress for generations. We want jobs and careers for generations. We want American energy production that protects our land and the wildlife for generations. Today, the advanced technologies deployed by the North Dakota oil and gas producers are making that happen. And with the promise of emerging technologies, the energy of North Dakota has a very bright future for generations to come. This message is brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Council. To learn more, visit energyofnorthdakota.com. The first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Sale is coming up Monday, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market, offering 25, 18 to 24-month-old bulls never before offered for sale. Sires include Monin Renown 2747, Midi Natural, Musgrave Stunner 316, and many more. 90-day breeding season guarantee, free delivery, and the bulls will be fertility tested. For more information, find them on Facebook at Urlacher Angus and Sales. The first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Production Sale, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust advisors. Use your wealth to support your family and those you care about. We know you have worked hard over the years to accumulate wealth. We want to make sure your legacy reaches your heirs as you intend, either by will, by trust, or by beneficiary designation. We emphasize flexibility to meet your goals and discipline to achieve them. Visit DakotaCommunityBank.com.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Hi, this is Andy Murdoch with Piper's Auctioneers, inviting you to any one of these exceptional upcoming online equipment auctions featuring a tremendous line of construction equipment near Gladstone, North Dakota for the Brian Martin Estate and Heart River Excavating. Also featuring lots of guns and ammo. And also hobby farm equipment and antique toy tractors near Rolette, North Dakota. Piper's is also featuring farm retirement and estate auctions in Bismarck, Tuttle, Robinson, Belfouche, and Dagmar. For full inventory and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the upper Midwest, log on to pipers.com.
We want amazing innovations to drive progress for generations. We want jobs and careers for generations. We want American energy production that protects our land and the wildlife for generations. Today, the advanced technologies deployed by the North Dakota oil and gas producers are making that happen. And with the promise of emerging technologies, the energy of North Dakota has a very bright future for generations to come. This message is brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Council. To learn more, visit energyofnorthdakota.com. The first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Sale is coming up Monday, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market, offering 25, 18 to 24-month-old bulls never before offered for sale. Sires include Monin Renown 2747, Midi Natural, Musgrave Stunner 316, and many more. 90-day breeding season guarantee, free delivery, and the bulls will be fertility tested. These bulls are ready to cover females. For more information, find them on Facebook at Urlacher Angus and Sales. Powerful, potent, mature, and reliable bulls. That's what you'll get at the first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Production Sale, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market. All right, stations, 10 seconds coming up here on Mark. 10 seconds.
And when that time comes, I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors right here, right now. Good to have you along all across the Dakota Territory and great radio stations helping us out. And all you guys sitting on YouTube watching me as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hey, the number to call in is 888-932-5682. Again, that's 888-932-5682. It's pretty simple. When you call in, it's automatically going to put you on hold because I am my own producer. So I seen we had a call over during the break here, but feel free to call back in again, 888-932-5682 if you have any questions, comments, concerns for Brent Chemnitz, who's my guest here. And before we get back at it, Ron Ness from the Petroleum Council just texted me, and he says the Petroleum Council Planting for the Future program this week has finished up, planted 5,000 trees for different landowners across the state here and different habitat projects all the way from Mott to Minokan. And he said all of them could use a shot of rain here, but the trees are looking pretty darn good right now. So if you want more information about the North Dakota Petroleum Council's Foundation Planting for the Future program, go to the website, North Dakota Petroleum Council. Just Google that, and it'll come right up. And we'll try to get Ron on one of these weekends to talk a little bit more about that tree planting program. Well, Brent Chemnitz is my guest. He is the main guide out of MoPro Guide Service and Mo Rest Motel. Dual business owner, him and his lovely bride there. Are all your kids graduated here, Brent? Are they gone, or what's going on here?
No, our two older boys have been gone for a couple of years. Yep, they both graduated. And then we got two girls that are right in middle school right now. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're not empty nesters just yet.
Not just yet. No.
So how
got a few years before.
How was your winter? Did you have a deer tag? Did you get some archery? What was going on for you this winter? Because I know you're not a big ice fisher guy. So
yeah, well, to be honest with you, I had so much guiding lined up, before ice up. So my fall, my typical deer stand time didn't happen this fall. I did have a deer tag, didn't end up scoring on one, but yeah, I spent a lot of time in the boat. I had a lot of clients this last fall. We had just an absolutely phenomenal bite last fall. Lots of big fish and lots of numbers. So, yeah.
So how late did you fish into the fall last year?
My last day was the second week of December. So
really? Okay.
Yes. Yep. So it was a rough fall weather-wise. We had snow early in October, November. So I mean, it was some challenging days out on the water. A lot of days where we'd get on the water, it'd be 20 some degrees, the wind would be blowing, it'd be spitting snow. It was. I definitely earned my money this last fall for sure. So, but it was definitely worth it. I mean, I don't know if you saw some pictures from the area from this last fall, but the big fish bite was just on this fall. It was tremendous. So,
when you say big fish, what size are you talking here?
Well, personally, in my boat, we had 11 fish over 10 pounds. So, I mean, yeah, big fish. Lots of fish over 28 plus inch fish, and Oahe is just amazing right now. The amount of big fish. I'm sure you've seen some pictures of some of the big fish that have been taken up in Oahe on the river below Bismarck this spring too. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's really a great reservoir right now. I mean, you don't have to drive anywhere to go to a trophy fishery. We got it right here in our backyard right now. So yeah.
And a lot of folks don't understand how long Lake Oahe is, because it basically starts south of Mandan by Fort Rice, roughly. I don't know if that's the official line, but it goes all the way down to Chamberlain, doesn't it?
No, we actually go to Pier.
Go to Pier, and then after. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So Lake Sharp is from Pier to Chamberlain.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's long.
So
you got plenty of fishing ground for that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
John texts me, says apparently we don't tip him big enough to get on the big fish.
Time of the year, John. You're gonna have to give up a little deer hunting to come and get the big one. So, yep.
We like that summertime where we can sit back and relax, not have to put on all the clothes,
That's right. And yeah.
Plus, I guarantee what he's going to text back. You know what October, November is for us.
What's that?
Coyote hunting.
No coyote hunting yet, of course.
But we can do that. Can we do it legally out of your boat or not? I don't know what
as long as the motor's not up and running, you're fine.
Okay, I didn't know that as a rule. Good deal. So what's you say the fishing was good this fall. How about right now? I mean, the springtime like this usually works pretty good too, doesn't it?
It typically does. honestly though, our weather has been up and down so much this spring, and it's drawn our spawn out for so long that it's been kind of a tougher spring as far as the bite. Yeah, one day you can go out and just clobber them. The next 2 or 3 days you go out and it's a grind to catch some fish. So yeah, so it seems like if we have a few days where we have consistent weather, they turn on and go really well. So yeah.
Got a message here that came in on Facebook. It says, how's the fishing from the shoreline? Like, so if you don't want to jump in a boat and do all that, maybe you don't have one. How's the shoreline fishing? And they didn't specify which species of fish. I'm guessing a lot of people are doing pike fishing that way, aren't they?
Yeah, early on in the, when the ice first comes off, our shore is aligned with guys, and that was phenomenal this spring. So if a guy can get out there, and actually right now is the perfect time to do it. These fish are really slid up shallow. As far as walleyes, with the spawn, they slide up way shallow. So a lot of these fish are in a foot of water or less,
wow.
and so pretty easy to access from the shore also right now. Yes.
So if you're going to set up if you're going to fish from the shore, what would you recommend people use for throwing out there for bait?
Just actually, all you'd have to do is get a walking weight with a 2 to 3 foot long leader and a minnow. Pretty simple stuff actually, and let it sit out there.
Don't cast it. Don't bring it in. Just let it sit.
Yeah, you're not going to want to cast it. If you wanted to pitch a jig and work a jig at the same time, you could sure do that. So, but yeah, pretty simple stuff, pretty relaxing stuff for shore fishermen.
Another text message comes in. It says, what's Brent's COVID restrictions going to be on the boat this year while guiding? So are you going to implement anything for this COVID-19, or because I'm sure some people are still concerned, or you said you didn't have any cancellations, but you never know. You're going to probably have folks listening that want to go fishing, but they're also kind of freaked out about it.
Right. I don't know what I would do. I've got a big boat. I guess if person wanted to come, they were a little bit worried about it. Probably my best answer would be bring less people so that there can be some spread out. People can spread out a little bit. But as I talked to you before, I've contacted most of my clients. I've just made them aware. If you guys are up to putting up with the risk, then we're going forward with it. So that's so they're coming out at their own risk, and that's their deal. And like I said, I haven't had any cancellations because of it. So
I think I read something online, because that is always the source of all information anymore, is social media, that cleaning your own fish actually prevents COVID-19, doesn't it?
I hadn't heard that one. But yes, that's probably true. It's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
You heard it from me right here. It's got to be true.
Right.
Yeah. I have some questions on North Dakota changed their rules on how you can clean fish and what counts as a fillet or not. Here, we'll cover that in the second half of the program here, as we're only a minute away from having to take a break here. But yeah, I guess you can start all kinds of information and rumors online, can't you, anymore on social media?
You sure can. And how do you wade through it? It's just, who knows what's true and what's not true this day and age, unless you really do your research. So,
well, you teach people how to hold the fish the right way so it looks gigantic on your boat. I mean, you can make even the fish I catch look like 10-pounders, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll come back second half of the program. Toll-free line 888-9-DAKOTA. That's 888-932-5682. If you want to give a call here and talk a little bit fishing or anything else, maybe recommendations on what we tell you how to cure COVID-19. You're listening on KFYR to Bismarck, North Dakota. You're also listening on KLTC in Dickinson, North Dakota. Up north across the border and the Canadian side of things, we got KCJB and Minot on the two Dakota borders, KOLY, and in Pierre, South Dakota, KGFX. Thank you for listening here. We'll be back with the second half of the program. Also, everybody on YouTube, hey, thanks a lot. Messages are coming in and more questions for Brent Chemnitz. We'll cover that coming up next right here on Dakota Prairie Outdoors, Saturday edition.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust provides ag loans for all stages of growth, from seed to harvest. Our expert agribusiness lending staff specializes in loans for livestock, equipment, vehicles, and operating. With our roots in agribusiness lending, you can be assured that our lending staff will provide you with prompt and reliable service. In other words, our ag loan officers will always keep your best interests in mind. Stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Andy Murdoch with Piper's Auctioneers, inviting you to any one of these exceptional upcoming online equipment auctions featuring a tremendous line of construction equipment near Gladstone, North Dakota for the Brian Martin Estate and Heart River Excavating. Also featuring lots of guns and ammo. And also hobby farm equipment and antique toy tractors near Rolette, North Dakota. Piper's is also featuring farm retirement and estate auctions in Bismarck, Tuttle, Robinson, Belfouche, and Dagmar. For full inventory and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the upper Midwest, log on to pipers.com.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
We want amazing innovations to drive progress for generations. We want jobs and careers for generations. We want American energy production that protects our land and the wildlife for generations. Today, the advanced technologies deployed by the North Dakota oil and gas producers are making that happen. And with the promise of emerging technologies, the energy of North Dakota has a very bright future for generations to come. This message is brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Council. To learn more, visit energyofnorthdakota.com.
The first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Sale is coming up Monday, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market, offering 25, 18 to 24-month-old bulls never before offered for sale. Sires include Monin Renown 2747, Midi Natural, Musgrave Stunner 316, and many more. 90-day breeding season guarantee, free delivery, and the bulls will be fertility tested. For more information, find them on Facebook at Urlacher Angus and Sales. The first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Production Sale, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust trusts advisors. Use your wealth to support your family and those you care about. We know you have worked hard over the years to accumulate wealth. We want to make sure your legacy reaches your heirs as you intend, either by will, by trust, or by beneficiary designation. We emphasize flexibility to meet your goals and discipline to achieve them. Visit dakotacommunitybank.com.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Hi, this is Andy Murdoch with Piper's Auctioneers, inviting you to any one of these exceptional upcoming online equipment auctions featuring a tremendous line of construction equipment near Gladstone, North Dakota for the Brian Martin Estate and Heart River Excavating. Also featuring lots of guns and ammo. And also hobby farm equipment and antique toy tractors near Rolette, North Dakota. Piper's is also featuring farm retirement and estate auctions in Bismarck, Tuttle, Robinson, Belfouche, and Dagmar. For full inventory and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the upper Midwest, log on to pipers.com.
We want amazing innovations to drive progress for generations. We want jobs and careers for generations. We want American energy production that protects our land and the wildlife for generations. Today, the advanced technologies deployed by the North Dakota oil and gas producers are making that happen. And with the promise of emerging technologies, the energy of North Dakota has a very bright future for generations to come. This message is brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Council. To learn more, visit energyofnorthdakota.com.
The first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Sale is coming up Monday, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market, offering 25, 18 to 24-month-old bulls never before offered for sale. Sires include Monin Renown 2747, Midi Natural, Musgrave Stunner 316, and many more. 90-day breeding season guarantee, free delivery, and the bulls will be fertility tested. These bulls are ready to cover females. For more information, find them on Facebook at Urlacher Angus and Sales. Powerful, potent, mature, and reliable bulls. That's what you'll get at the first annual Urlacher Angus Spring Production Sale, June 1st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the Bowman Auction Market. All right, stations, 15 seconds.
But don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition continues here live, local, across the Dakota Territory. I'm Scott Bachmeyer. You can catch my daily program on all of these stations that you're listening to right now at different times, of course. But if you ever miss one, you can sure go to my website, dakotaprairieoutdoors.com, for my daily show. And if you want a replay of the Saturday show, they're all on YouTube. So you can go and see the beginning. Sometimes we have a little talk before the show starts. Sometimes we stay afterwards a little bit on YouTube. The unedited version, I guess you could say. South Dakota Game Fish just emailed me at the last meeting here. Game Fish Parks down in South Dakota proposed modifying the current season dates for the youth season from 5 consecutive days, beginning the first part of Saturday of October. And continuing it on. So the pheasant season for the youth pheasant season in South Dakota extended from September 26th, and it will end October 4th. So thank you, South Dakota Game Fish Parks, for sending me that update here during the show. Thanks for listening down that way. Brent Chemnitz is my guest here from MoPro Guide Service in Mobridge, South Dakota, the home of the master caster, Brent Chemnitz. So there you go. You need yourself, like the UFC guys have those big belts and if you win, if you're at the NFR, you're going to win a belt buckle. I think I'm going to build you a belt buckle so you can wear on your boat.
There you go.
Master caster.
That would be good, Scott. Especially one of those big dinner plate belt buckles. Oh, that's what I need.
It's going to be so big you won't be able to bend over and look at your shoes.
Right.
I guarantee it.
Be real comfortable on a rough day, right?
Well, you could double it. You can use it and double it as an anchor on your boat.
There you go.
Just in case.
Or put it on as a spinner. Yes.
For the big bike.
Right.
So what's the latest, greatest in, I guess, tackle this year? Is there anything different coming out that a guy can look at before we get into the latest in electronics?
It's kind of the same old stuff. The new thing, everybody's using glide baits right now, and that's kind of the big turnaround in fishing here the last couple of years. I don't know if they're like jigging wraps, Johnny Darter, stuff like that. That's kind of become the latest trend in lures and stuff. But other than that, it's just the same old mainstays. I mean, there's more walleyes that succumb to a bottom bouncer and a spinner than anything else out there. So yeah, kind of the old mainstays, definitely.
So are you using glide baits, or are you still sticking with the tried and true bouncer?
Well, this time of year we're going to stick to the jigs and the minnows and the bouncers. But come fall, we use or even late summer, we use a lot of glide baits. It's a fun way to catch fish for sure. So yeah.
Is that why those are the big fish coming in on them, and then regular bottom bouncer and a worm is just what you give myself and John?
That it's part of it. The bait is, but I mean, just totally different techniques in the fall time. Most of our fishing is done out in 30 to 50 foot of water that time of the year, and it seems like they're not on the crawler bite that time of the year for sure. It's either jigs or minnows or glide baits. So yeah.
Text comes in, says, what's the water temperature right now in Mobridge area for Lake Oahe?
I'll tell you what, it fluctuates so much with all this up and down weather, but kind of the average right now, we're about 53 degree water right now.
Okay. And as that warms up, those walleye are going to start working their way out a little deeper, I suspect, too.
Yeah, well, initially they're going to move up shallower. After that spawn, they want to get their metabolisms up and rolling, and so they slide up shallow. The warmer water, the better for them. And then as the year progresses, later in the summer, typically those fish slide a little bit deeper, but that's not always the case. With it, it's just dependent on where the food's at for them. If there's food up in 2 foot of water and the water is 75 degrees, guess what? They're in 2 foot of water. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
I'll get to that text here quick. Hey, North Dakota has a new rule about fillet transport rules, and it's something South Dakota has been doing for, I don't know, you said you can't remember when they haven't been doing this, but each individual portion of the meat recovered from a fish is considered a fillet. 2 fillets are counted as 1 fish. Now, a lot of folks in the North Dakota side of things, when they use the fish cleaning stations, they would zipper them bones right out of there, and it would ultimately turn into 4 chunks of meat, which is now, if they do that, is going to be considered 2 fish instead of just 1. And South Dakota's been basically doing this how long?
Like I said, I mean, as far as I can remember, it's always been a law. And the thing is, Scott, I mean, I'm never a proponent for new rules all the time, but it's really kind of a simple law. It does make it easier for the COs to be counting fish and stuff once they do. I mean, rather than having to put them together as a jigsaw puzzle, because let's face it, not everybody's getting 4 perfect pieces of fish there. Some of them are chunked up, and yeah, it makes it tough for them to count them for sure. So it's not going to be a bad law, and once you guys get used to it up there, it'll be easy for you, definitely.
I'm telling you, that's how you cure COVID-19 is cleaning your fish. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. So yeah, I guess for those folks that probably maybe don't see that on social media and the updates from our game and fish departments across the Dakota Territory, hopefully they have it posted, I guess, where the boat docks are, or where their fish cleaning stations. Hopefully they have it posted good enough so folks don't get accidentally forget about it because they haven't been doing it maybe their entire life and aren't on social media and watching things like that either. So right. What's latest for electronics? Because I was thinking last night when I was falling asleep, when it comes to hunting big game, or especially in the archery side of things, there's a lot of new techniques, or a lot of new tools, I guess you could say, you could throw on your bow. One of them is a laser rangefinder. So you just hit a button on your bow and you can tell how far away that deer is. Well, that's illegal up here in the North Dakota side to use something like that. I know we fought lighted pins forever, but it seems in the fishing world of things, Brent, if you can get something to have sonar in the bottom of the lake and you can tell exactly where the fish are, that's okay. They're gonna. It seems like fishing is one of those. It's a little bit more apt to have more technology, and they're good to go with this stuff. So what is the latest? Are you still running the same hummingbirds, or you got a new thing going on this year?
No, I'm still running the same. I'm running the newest hummingbirds that you can get. And yeah, like you said, I mean, we got side scan at our discretion, down scan at our discretion. And so you can literally drive a shoreline and you can be covering, up to 200 foot of the bottom with side scan. And I mean, those fish pop out like little Christmas lights on your side scan. So, you kind of know exactly where those fish are at. But here's the difference between hunting and fishing. You still have to make those fish bite.
Yeah.
Whereas, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. Yeah. You can see them, where they're at. They're not necessarily going to bite. So, yeah.
You still got to get them in the boat, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how's the crappies looking this year? I mean, you had us on that one year where we were fishing the piers on the bridge, and that was a good time. I enjoyed the heck out of that thing. You were teaching us how to feel the weights, and landing it on the bridge pier down below and working that way. And that was kind of a neat little tutorial you gave me. So, is that still kind of a big thing, or are people just walleye crazy only?
Well, most people are just walleye crazy only, but I'll tell you, the crappies are so cyclical, and the thing is we're in a down cycle right now with our crappies. So yeah, you can happenstantially catch some crappies while you're walleye fishing, but it's not one of those deals where you can typically go out and target them right now, right around the Mobridge area. So yeah, it does. I mean, there's some places still on Oahe where a person can go target them up in the upper reaches up around Beaver Bay and Pollock Bay and stuff like that. But they're definitely not the numbers that we used to have, for sure.
So how about, let's see, you guys, any salmon down there?
Well,
is that a big thing or not? Yeah.
Not, like the salmon that everybody's thinking about, the Chinook salmon. No, it's most of the time they stay at the southern reaches of the reservoir, deeper water, of course. And so they're hanging out down around the dam. But our Game and Fish did introduce a new salmon into our system here a couple of years ago, and not a lot of them, but it's the Atlantic salmon, and we have seen a few of those up here. In fact, one of our local guides here caught the state record Atlantic salmon this winter through the ice.
Really?
So kind of pretty cool looking fish too.
Atlantic salmon. Okay. Well, at least you know they're surviving in this habitat. That's kind of nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. So
now, why can't we have, like the drum or the carp and stuff in the systems is like what I call prairie dogs out here. Some people like to go after them and have a fun time, but you really don't do much with them. What could a guy do with a drum besides nothing? Can a guy actually make one that tastes good?
Honestly, I've cleaned a lot of drum over my guiding career. Yeah, I have.
Really?
I've got clients that love them. So, and they swear up and down they taste as good, if not better, than a walleye. I have a hard time believing that, but but I have cleaned my fair share of sheephead for sure. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, now the pressure's on. We're going to have another competition in your boat. It's going to be the biggest drum.
Okay.
But there is something they're good for. They have that ivory in their cheekbones, don't they?
It's in their head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, you look at there. You can get one. You can have you clean that out of there, and we can make some really nice fancy earrings, or
there you go,
something.
Or we can put it in that Master Angler belt buckle you're gonna make.
Yes, there you go. Master Angler. It's Master Caster.
Oh, Master Caster. Sorry. Yes.
Gonna be running your Lund boat again this year?
Got a brand new 2020 Lund 219 fiberglass Lund. Yes, awesome boat.
So what changes on those boats after? I mean, you've had for many, many years. How can they keep improving one year to the next? I mean, is there that much difference?
There really isn't a lot of difference. I mean, they make some tweaks here and there. Just typically, it's just mostly interior stuff. You're not seeing a lot of changes to the hull and stuff like that. So. Yeah, so
space and nice openness. They're comfortable on the water. Yeah,
definitely. That boat's got a lot of space in it.
Do you still have people arguing aluminum boats versus fiberglass anymore? Or is that thing of the past?
Well, if they've ridden in a fiberglass boat and they've ridden in an aluminum boat, there's no argument what it is. The fiberglass, bar none's the better riding boat. I mean, there's definitely a place and a time for aluminum boats. A lot of these smaller reservoirs and stuff like that, or places with a lot of rocks and stuff, aluminum's the way to go for sure. So, yeah. But
text comes in and says, MoPro Jewelry Shop.
There we go.
The drum jewelry shop right there.
Yeah.
It's a business you can get into, and you didn't even know this. It starts selling jewelry as well.
Doesn't that sound fun?
Be one of those guys on the boat where you have everybody locked in and they have no place to go, and you can start your own pyramid scheme right there. So they have nowhere to go but overboard, I guess.
Right.
So, well, folks have questions, comments. They want to get in touch with you about doing some fishing down that way, even if they just have a question. I mean, a lot of guides are like, I'm not going to give out information. I think you're not one of those guys. You'll probably say, well, if I were you, I'd try it up in this area. I don't know, but yeah, I'd like to see people out in the outdoors, and what a better way to get social distance from people than get out and get some fishing done, get some hiking in, get some hunting done. So how do they get in touch with you?
So most questions or reservations or anything like that, they can call me right on our office phone. It's 605-845-3668. Or they can reach out to me via email. Just go on to our website, www.oahiwalleyes.com. And there's an email address on there, and they can get in touch with me that way too. So
oahiwalleyes.com. Okay. I'm always looking to try to mix and match different things, because when I come out with you, I always want to do some radio shows and some daily shows from the boat. Can we go down south? Can we go to the south side this year and shoot some prairie dogs off of the boat while reeling in a walleye? Can you guarantee me this?
No. That's a tough guarantee, Scott. So.
Okay. So the legal question is, does the trolling motor count as a motor that has to be shut off in order for this to be done?
I'm going to venture to guess it probably is.
Okay. So that's going to be a little bit
Yeah.
tougher. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to throw some different twists in here because, there's very, very few pictures. I have never seen one from your website. The person holding up a walleye and a prairie dog at the same time on your boat. I want to be this guy.
Yeah. We can just scratch one out of the water. Those little prairie dogs, they try to swim. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I didn't.
But I've actually picked a few of them out of the water that have succumbed to the waters of the Waukee. Yep.
Okay. So now I'm thinking outside of the box because, why wouldn't you? What if a person could cast out into the prairie dog town from the boat with some catfish chum or something like that? You think we could fish one? Think we could hook one?
I don't know what prairie dogs eat. I mean, you're going to have to come up with a bait for them, first of all.
If I bring my rod so it doesn't hurt your stuff. Because the last thing I want to do is try to cast and be that guy on social media that throws everything in the water. Right. But if we can throw enough weight on that and cast, I'll practice that this summer down in my prairie dog town. I'll see if I can do it on dry land, and then we'll see if we can do one from the boat.
That sounds good.
I think it'll be awesome. Well, Brent, I always appreciate your time coming here on the program. You have yourself a great week and enjoy. And, you start up Monday, and I know you're busy. I don't think when we came down last year, you said you were like 38 days straight guiding. And
Yep.
So I know it's your busy time, and we do appreciate you always making time for us.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. Definitely.
You bet. Brent Chemnitz, you said, have yourself a good weekend.
Thank you, God.
You bet. See ya. And MoPro Guide Service is the name. You can go to awahewalleyes.com for more information on that. And if you have any questions or comments, you can always call them up and get more information that way. My daily show is always found here online. Of course, DakotaPrairieOutdoors.com. You can go there. And I did have one other thing that's coming up here from that Mobridge area as well. And see if I can get that here. Here it is. It's one of these lever action shoots, man. I think it's going to be pretty. The 2020 Sagebrush R&P Club match. The dates have kind of been revisioned here a little bit. The first one coming up is April 18th, and that's going to be at the Friends of NRA. But that's over with here a little bit. Let's do this one here. May 2nd, May 9th, May 23rd. May 23rd is the military and lever action, and that's going to be coming up. It looks like Trail City. So if you want more information on that, you can sure find it at the Sagebrush R&P Club match. It's pretty cool. Kind of neat thing. Gene, thank you for sending me that information. I'd love to come down there, but unfortunately, we're still doing some brandings, and May 23rd is no exception to the fact that we have brandings, and then we need to share the help with the neighbors a little bit. Hey, thanks for tuning in here today. Of course, you can watch Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio on YouTube if you want to hear a repeat of this show here today. You can sure get in more information on that. Would it be legal to use your bow to shoot a prairie dog that's in the water? Would they be considered a sucker fish? Thanks, Arlen. That's a good question. I should have had that before I let Brent go here, but trying to think of new ways to have fun with prairie dogs for the most part here. Anyway, Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio on YouTube. You can find me there. If you have any questions, comments, you can leave them there. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in, and some of the comments that are coming in, good and bad. Some of my subscribers, well, they're definitely on the anti side of things, but thank you for subscribing and listening, because the more, the more subscribers I get, the more I can do these shows from places like Brent Chemnitz's boat. We'll see how that goes one of these days. Live on the air on YouTube, fishing and prairie dog fishing, bow fishing, possibly sucker fish or whatever you want to call this. All right, DakotaPrairieOutdoors.com for more information. I'm Scott Bachmeyer. Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy. Thank a farmer and rancher out there as we continue to feed the world, even though financially we keep scratching our head and wondering, what are we doing? What we're doing is what we love. Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy. All right. Thanks, radio stations. Appreciate you guys having me on each and every day. YouTube, you guys have yourself a great day as well. Enjoy.